What's up guys, it's Spider back for another Umamusume video. So today we're going to be going over Finemotion because it's finally out in the game. And the brand new support card, my hand cafe. Before we get started though, I'd really appreciate it because you could drop me a like, comment, subscribe, would really help me out trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. But with that being said, let's get right into this. So, both banners are already available in game, so I'm late to this. So sorry about that guys, kind of snuck up on me. I was like, oh shoot, when I saw it in game, I was like, oh, I did not see this on Twitter. So I was like, oh shoot, okay. But anyways, making the video now. So yeah, let's take a look. But I'm assuming most of you guys have probably already summoned for the character if you really wanted her, or I've been waiting. Probably not. Basically I'm assuming some of you guys have either pulled or didn't pull because you're not interested in this character. But we'll take a look as Finemotion to see if she's worth anything, like if she's really viable, or if she's just kind of like an okay Uma, right? So for her base stats here, we got 96 speed, 84 stamina, 95 power, 88 guts, and 87 wit. For track, she has A for turf, G for dirt, distances, F for sprint, A for mile, A for medium, C for long, and then for styles, we got D for front, A for pace, E for late, and C for end. So basically, good in turf tracks, good in mile, good in mediums, and then you're going to only really run her as a pace chaser, and then you can maybe make her work as an end closer, but probably not worth it. Her unique skill here, Fairy Tail, increased velocity with the excitement of running when engaged in a challenge while well positioned in the second half of the race. So basically saying as long as she's a pace chaser in the second half of the race, you should get a speed boost basically. When probably other Umas are nearby, I'm assuming, because it says challenge as well. Her ascension skills here are going to be straight descent, slightly improved running on a downhill as a pace chaser, speed star, increased ability to break out of the pack on a final corner as a pace chaser, that sounds kind of good. Right-handed, moderately increased performance on right-handed tracks, and finally determined descent, moderately improved running on a downhill as a pace chaser, so just a better version, an upgraded version of straight descent. So not too bad. Going onwards, we have the support card here. The career event's going to be Stamina Siphon, slightly steal endurance from runners ahead when positioned towards the back mid-race, for long race Umas, or for long distances. I don't know why I said long Umas. Overall, my initial opinion, so far, my initial thoughts, seeing the kit right here, she seems fine. She doesn't seem overly broken, but she seems fine. Also, her growth rate's going to be 15% into power and 15% into wit, so not too bad. But yeah, let's take a look into a little bit more details as to what she got. So, going onward, her innate skills are going to be Fall Runner. So basically, she has moderate performance in Fall, Prepare to Pass, slightly increased ability to break out of the pack on a final corner, and Medium Corner, slightly increased velocity on a corner. Then we went over the the Awaken skills for involving her, or ascending her, whatever you want to call it. So these are going to be the buffs that her skills are going to have. So we have Speed Star here, which Speed Star is going to increase the ability to break out of the pack on a final corner as a pace chaser. So the conditions are going to be you have to trigger the more fun training event or get at least 3 speed type skills. So the speed type skills are going to probably be a little bit easier. And you have to get at least 2 skills for pace aptitude, which shouldn't be too difficult. And the upgrade is going to be a Royal Star. So let me see, let's double check. So Speed Star, break out of the corner. Alright, so Royal Star here at a random point on the final corner. If you're in the first half of the pack, which as a pace chaser she will be, your speed will greatly increase. So basically just so she's going to be able to have be able to break out of the pack and get a pretty big speed increase, because it does say greatly increase, so it's going to be a significant speed boost there, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so it's going to be about 0.45 here for the more math side of things. But that's pretty cool. Okay, that's good. Next thing we got here is an alternative version for a Speed Star. So for this one, you have to trigger any event that grants mood 3 times, or have at least 800 wit. So the first one might be better depending on what cards you have, but it will be RNG kind of a little bit. And you have to get at least 2 skills from medium aptitude, which shouldn't be too difficult. And then this is going to transform into Delightful Memory. And then for medium races at a random point on the final corner, if you're in the first half of the pack, you will get a speed boost. They're kind of the same, but I feel like the Royal Star is a bit better because it's a great increase for speed, whereas this is just you'll get a speed boost, right? And yeah, this is 0.35, this is 0.45, so you can extra like 10 over here. So Royal Star seems better to me, whereas Delightful Memory isn't as valuable. So yeah, I definitely do think Royal Star is going to be a bit better for you on that one. Then we have Determined Descent. So this one basically is giving you improved running when you're on a downhill. So the conditions are going to be you have to win the Queen Elizabeth II Cup or have at least 100 power. And you have to get at least 2 acceleration type skills, which I think are going to be just basically the yellow skills, but that boost acceleration, not velocity. And this will transform into Sky Drop. So at a random point on any downhill, your acceleration will increase. So I guess you just get like an acceleration boost on top of like what it already gives you, right? Which is improving your performance or whatever. So that's not too bad. Decent upgrades right there. And then these are going to be all the skills she gives herself from her events. So we got Pace Chaser Corners, All I've Got, Standing By, Up Tempo, Straight Descent, Updrafters, and Preferred Position. And here's going to be her races. So we have the usual make debut, then we have to have at least 3,000 fans, then place 5th or better in the Oka Show, then place 5th or better in the Japanese Oaks, then place 3rd or better in the Shuka Show, place 3rd or better in Queen Elizabeth II Cup, then place 3rd or better in the Osaka High, place 3rd or better in the Tarazuka Kinen, place 3rd or better in the Sapporo Kinen, and finally place 1st in Tenno Show Autumn. Alternative objective can occur instead, so it looks like you can choose from 3 different races from what it looks like. So you have the Tenno Show Autumn, or you could choose the Queen Elizabeth II Cup again, I think is what, yeah. So it looks like you can either do Queen Elizabeth II Cup, Mile Championship, Army Cannon, or the Tenno Show Autumn. So it will be one of these 4, basically just it will be up to you as to which one you want to go with, right? And then these are all actually different. So the Elizabeth Cup will be medium turf. Actually, they're all turf, but yeah, there's also different meters, right? So this is 2,000. This is medium. The mile championship is going to be 1,600 meters, but it's going to be mile. And then the Army Ken is going to be 2,500 meters, but it's going to be long. And then the Tenno Show Autumn is going to be medium. So keep that in mind. Depending on how you want to build her, maybe that might affect which one you want to do, right? And then these are going to be her different events. Got Hot Topic, like I said, these in a previous video, these will pop up and you'll like know which one to choose, because like you'll be able to like know what option you'll get. So I don't really have to go over all these different events here because the game will tell you anyways. But yeah, there you go. So pretty cool. I mean, yeah, overall I think she's like a decent Uma. I don't think she's bad. I don't think she's broken, but she's not too bad. Next up here we got Manhattan Cafe, so we'll take a look at it as 0 dupes and then at MLB. So as 0 dupes, unique effect here, increases the effectiveness of friendship training by 10%, increases stamina gain when training together by 1, friendship bonus 25%, initial friendship gauge 20, specialty priority 35, initial stamina 15, hint level 1 and hit frequency 20%. At MLB, it's going to be now 35% friendship bonus, 25 initial friendship gauge, 50 specialty priority, initial stamina of 20, hint level 2, hit frequency 30%, stamina bonus 1, race bonus 10%, which is actually quite good, and fan bonus 50%, which is also quite good. But the overall stuff from this is okay. Hit level 2, hit frequency 30% is a little bit low, but I think overall it's like a decent card, at least for the passive stats it does give you. Now for the hints, it gives you wet conditions, rainy days, passing pro, long straightaways, Highlander, stamina eater, and then you get a stacking of +6 stamina and +2 guts. I mean, I guess these are okay. The rainy days and wet conditions, they kind of work together, so it's not too bad. Passing pro's okay. Long straightaways is okay. Highlander's kind of whatever. Staminator's okay. And then these are going to be the skills you actually get from the card itself from having it in your deck. At least I'm assuming it's from your deck. But basically, these are the skills that you get from the events related to this card. So you got Long Corners, Stamina Siphon, which is a gold debuff card, which is interesting. So maybe if you want to run a debuff Uma, there you go. And we got Non-Standard Distance, moderately increased performance over non-standard distances, non-multiples of 400 meters. And then these are different chain events here. So let's see, because these also kind of matter a little bit as well. So you get stats there, more stats, Long Corner hints. You got Night Owl, but you get some energy. That's kind of like contradictory. Okay, and then the other one would be just getting energy and then the other stuff, okay. And then the last one's just going to be another hint and then stamina. So The chain events are kind of okay, and then the random events are kind of decent. There's an energy one, so that's good, even if it's a small energy boost. That's at least not too bad. Yeah, I mean, the events are okay, but not that crazy either. You don't get like a lot of stamina out of this, and the overall hints is like not super crazy either. So this is like a decent support card. Definitely not one you need to chase in my opinion, but maybe I'm wrong. But at least that's what I think, at least on face value. Now let's take a look at the Google Doc to see where exactly Finemotion is rated amongst the other Umas. And of course, if you guys don't remember, 1 is not so great, 5 is meta. So we got 3 for Pace Chaser, 4 for Team Trials as a mild Pace Chaser, and then 2 as a parent. So Finemotion has mid-leg speed unique, which is somewhat rare on leaders. I'm assuming leaders is when they say it's like the Uma you're running, but I'm not too sure. I don't know all the lingo to be honest, but like I'm assuming lead, because you know JP global naming of things is a little bit different. Her straight down resolution evolution gets additional acceleration, making her great on hills. Oh, that's the upgrade for the where is it? That's gonna be this one, the sky drop one they're talking about here. So her sky drop one making her great on hills, where spurt coincides with down hills. She's also one of the best Umas for taking advantage of Taiki and Nishino uniques, with her unique allowing her to stay in the front of other leaders or Umas, I'm guessing maybe. In Team Trials, her hill skills aren't consistent though, and that's it. So basically, overall, she's pretty good, better than average for Team Trials. And then as like a regular Uma for being a Pace Chaser, she's okay. And then as a parent, she's pretty much lackluster. So overall, just like a very mediocre, mid, not super crazy, but not really horrible pick. So if you do like Finemotion, you could roll for her, but she's not super crazy. She's not gonna like make your account, but yeah, so it's not like too crazy, right? And let's take a look at the support card here. Alrighty, so Man Cafe is gonna be, as 0 dupes is gonna be F tier, and then at MLB it's going to be on the same B tier level as Sea and Sky MLB, but it's going to be weaker than 4 dupes, barely weaker than 4 dupes, or I don't know, sorry, 4 dupes, 3 dupes of the best stamina card in the game, which is Super Creek. So it's like barely or like right beneath it, and then but it's higher than this card here. So let's take a global tier list really quick. So that will put us at yeah, it'll basically be A tier. So MLB, it would be like considered an A tier, not S tier, but it would be an A tier, at least for the general URA. So let's take a look at Unity real quick. And then for Unity Cup, looking between JP and Global, it would basically fit around A tier pretty much, because on JP, it's basically before 3 dupes of Sea and Sky, and then behind full dupes MLB of Sea and Sky, right? Which, so 3 dupes is here, B tier, and then MLB is A tier, so it'd be kind of like around this area right here, probably. Yeah, overall, not a bad pickup. Not S tier, but still not a bad pickup if you were to get an MLB, but at the same time, I wouldn't recommend going for MLB. Right now is a pretty good time to save, in my opinion, for future really good banners, support or Uma-wise. But yeah, overall, should you summon? Probably not. Unless you really like Finemotion, then sure, why not? Otherwise, probably best to just skip and save all your carrots for better and future, or yeah, better banners and for future Umas / support card banners. But yeah, with that being said though, hope you guys, if you guys did do any summons, hopefully they went well. And with that being said, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace and take care, everybody.